Good afternoon. Today I would like to talk about lunch shaming. If you haven't heard about lunch shaming, it is about school lunch programs. And in that lunch program, if a child does not have sufficient lunch money, whether it be from their parents sending the money to school or from the state funding, then there could be repercussions to that child. And what I would like to talk about is paying it forward to help the school lunch program to prevent lunch shaming. Not necessarily for the lunch program, but for the child. One small gesture each time you pay your child's lunch program would help another child in need. An anti-shame bill needs to be paid in or passed, I feel, in all states. So let's continue. So if you haven't heard about the lunch shaming, a lot of the states allow this to take place. So lunch shaming to a child is real. Unpaid debt in a child's account is usually a note to home with the child. Their lunch and is not a normal hot lunch if they're behind a certain amount. Then they are also placed in a different line, and with that, then they're removed from the hot line, basically is what it is. Then that child is placed in, typically, depending on the state, a peanut butter line. Depending on the state, they will get milk to drink, or they may just get water to drink. And then there are placement. Instead of the normal table that they sit at, they have to sit at a separate table. So that's one form of shaming. The other shaming besides that note sent home, some states allow them to actually wear a wristband showing that they are behind on their lunch program or their lunch account. That way they cannot go back for seconds. They cannot, not even a second peanut butter sandwich or whatever it might be. They get one sandwich, that's it. So when it comes to the lunch shaming, the wristbands, a card, a note, a tag, some form of identification stating that they are out of money or from a free and reduced lunch, or that their parents have not sent enough money. This responsibility is sent home with the child. Instead of enforcing this with the adult itself and giving them a phone call, they are putting this responsibility on the child and making the child feel less than. I am trying to stop that, and I would like everyone else to help stop that. That is my goal. So our children need your help. According to DESE, which is Department of Elementary Secondary Education, their annual report of participation from 2017 was 945,213 students. Of this number participating, 305 are eligible for free and reduced priced lunch meals. In 2019, over 5 billion free reduced lunches were given out. 5 billion. An anti-lunch shaming bill was passed out in 2017 by New Mexico legislators. And only a few other states have followed. Missouri is not on that list. So out of that $5 billion, we have many states that still allow shaming to go on. So I would be asking your state, and I know many of you might not be in Missouri since we are online, but I would be asking your school, your state, do you allow this to go on? And when you pay your child's lunch bill, and I know money is tight, believe me, I know money is tight, but ask, are there children being shamed? Are there children that needs lunch money? Even if you just put $1 towards each time you pay your child's lunch bill, even if it's just monthly, that provides one lunch for somebody. There are many children, and when I say many, we're talking hundreds of thousands of kids that go home without any food. They go home starving most days because they come to school starving. And if all they've had is a peanut butter sandwich, they're still going home starving. According to USDA, in 2019, the average 0 to 18-year-old out of 1,638 students couldn't eat balanced meals, didn't have enough to eat on a daily time frame. They were hungry because they didn't have enough money. They skipped meals because they didn't have enough money. So they didn't have food the rest of the day. If you apply just $1 towards someone's account each time you made your monthly contribution, or ever how you pay your child's lunch program, you are making a difference to a child in need. And I know that $1 seems like a lot when you have nothing, but you're feeding a hungry child. And I know you are also probably saying it's up to their parent. But what I'm saying is, we keep hearing No Child Left Behind. However, there are billions of children that are shamed every day just by not having enough to eat, especially at lunch. The one meal that might be the only meal they get all day. We might not have enough to feed billions, but by helping to feed only one child, each time you write your check for your child, you aren't only saving that child from being shamed, but it might be the only hot meal that they will get that day. So I hope this has given a little bit of insight on shaming for lunches in the school system. And I hope you can pass the kindness on and share this information. Have a good day. I do want to give you the examples of the statistics from the USDA that show how many kids in the ages that go home hungry before I say goodbye. Thank you.